Hi guys, welcome to week 2 of our virtual art class. Thank you to those of you that turned in your art projects last week. I really enjoyed seeing them, and I know that a lot of people joined late, so hopefully this week we can get off to a better start. I'm also sorry that the videos were not me. I was trying to figure out how to not only make videos of myself, but put them in some sort of platform where I could edit them. So I needed to take a week, learn how to do that, and make these videos that you're gonna see this week. So from now on, I should be the one that is delivering you your instruction. As you can see behind me, I have the tapestry from our art room of the wave, and I have some of my string lights. So maybe it can feel a little bit more like our art class from now on. So a couple announcements before we get into our project for this week. I had posted a lot about apps for drawing and Doodle Buddy, and since we don't use our iPads in the art room, I had no idea that you guys couldn't download stuff from the App Store. I mean, we just don't use our iPads that much. So I'm trying to talk with my other art teachers and find a way that we can get those types of drawings apps to you guys in the way that we're supposed to. So pause on the apps for drawing. Sorry about that. Now I know. I posted an announcement on how to upload your finished assignments because I know some people are having trouble with that. So if you look through the announcements, there should be one that shows you how to upload your finished art project to me and turned in as an assignment so I can give you a grade, count you present, all that kind of stuff. I will be posting your mandatory assignments, the ones that you need to do every Monday, and you should turn them in to me by Friday. And I will say this is a mandatory assignment. However, throughout the week, probably on like Wednesdays and Thursdays, I want to post extra art videos that maybe you can do with your family. This past week, I posted one on baking clay, and I'm trying to keep the materials very simple, but I understand that not everybody has these materials to do these projects. So those are optional if I post them as an announcement, and I will usually say in them, this is just for fun, you do not have to do this, this is just if you have extra time. Because I know we have a lot of extra time on our hands right now, and it can be a lot of fun to do some sort of art project with our family, and it can make time go by a lot quicker. I think that's it. Remember, when you are turning in projects to me, you can leave me a little comment about your art. You can tell me how you're doing and I'll respond. I do miss talking to you guys a lot. I know the art room can be really hectic sometimes, but I'm hoping that this platform we can maybe chat a little bit more about art, and we can express how the art made us feel, how we're feeling at the time, because I know that this is a stressful time for all of us. And if your parents ever need to get in contact with me, they can private message me as well, or my email should be on the page that is at the very bottom of the announcements. The very first page I put on this Google Classroom has my email, like at the bottom. So any questions, email, private message me, whatever. Let's get into our art project now, guys. I hope you have fun with it this week. All right, let's get started on our op art. So the first thing you're gonna do on your paper is draw a long, gentle curve across it. And I'm actually gonna start with my marker. You can use a Sharpie if you want to, if you have one of those at home, or you can just use a black marker. So I'm gonna use a black marker. I'm gonna go back over this line. With my black marker. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 5 to 7 dots on this gentle curve. So I'm gonna start one here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna pretend I have a bouncy ball, and it's gonna bounce from every single one of these dots. So I'm gonna start off here and bounce, and bounce, and bounce, 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 and bounce. Then I'm gonna flip it over. And I'm gonna do that again. Just like that. All right, now you are going to start building on your lines. So this is going to look like worms that are coming off of this gentle line. And it doesn't matter where you start. I'm gonna start right about here with this little loop-de-loop right here. And I'm gonna start building off of that one. And I don't want to build up too far because I have to build up on my other ones too. So as I'm going outward, my lines are kind of starting to get bigger. And once they get really big like that, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna start building on another one. So you don't wanna build up all the way because your worm might get too big, and we wanna make it look like it kind of bulges out a little bit and then comes in and bulges out and comes back in. So I'm gonna start on this one over here. And this one's gonna start actually going off the page. So right here, what I could do is just fill it in, pretending like it's going off my page, like my line is continuing. But this one, my little lines are just gonna go straight off the page, and then I don't have to worry about them. The biggest thing I want you guys to remember when you're doing this is that we are not making rainbow shapes. So if these were my lines, I wouldn't go like this. I want to stay in the creases of my line. That's what's going to build it up and kind of make it start looking like a worm. See, that looks more like a worm. That looks more like a rainbow. And we are trying to make some worms here. So I'm going to keep going. Should probably start over here. And it's all up to you. There is not a specific way to build your worms. You can start and stop on every single one as you want to. All right, so here is my finished top part. I'm also going to do my bottom part, but I just wanted to show you guys what that would look like. You can see I messed up a little bit here, so if you mess up, you can always start over. It is not a big deal. So now I'm going to get maybe some colored pencils or some crayons. You can do this with either. Now we are going to color it. So I'm gonna pick out about 3 colors. I'm gonna get some of our cool colors to do this. I have some green, some purple, and some blue, and you can see that these are some colored pencils I did get from school because people like to sharpen both ends of them. So I'm gonna sharpen my pencils. And the coloring is a very important part to this because we want to make our shading, we want our shading to look 3D. And here's how we're going to do that. So if I start with my green right here in this one, on my creases on the outside, I'm gonna start coloring really hard. In 5th grade, you might remember doing this in one of our past projects. But this time we're doing it with color and not just with our pencils. So in my creases, I'm coloring really hard. And then when I start getting towards the center, I'm gonna get lighter. And I kinda wanna blend that dark with the light. And then even the lightness I have, I'm gonna blend with a lighter green like that. And then on this end, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna kind of blend that dark green with the light green. And then blend some even lighter green with that green. And you're gonna leave the center of it white. So we're pretending that this is a fully formed half of a sphere. And not a spear, no, a sphere. So this is half of a sphere, and the edges here are farther away from us, and they're in the shadows, so they're going to appear darker. And this is where the light is hitting. So if the light is hitting here, it's gonna be our brightest spot, and then the in-between part is kind of close to us, and it's kind of far away. So that's why it's that in-between color. And we're going to do that to every single one of these. So the next one, I might choose blue. And yes, you know that these are our classroom colored pencils because they break so very easily. So I'm coloring my creases in dark. And then I'm getting lighter as I go inward. And then the next one I'm going to continue. And you're just going to do that all the way up, and then remember on this side you want to do that too. If you guys want to take a break for a second, I know that these things take a long time, but I know you can do it and it's gonna look super cool in the end. If you're worried about doing this coloring so much, I would maybe try to make your little worm pieces a little bigger. I made mine very small, so I'm gonna have to go in every single one and color every single one of those. So if you want this process to speed up, maybe make these a little bit bigger, because I'm gonna have to go through every single one. You can choose whatever colors you want. You do not have to use the cool colors like I did. I just really enjoy cool colors. You can use more colors if you want, but it's a lot easier if you just choose a few, and then I usually do a little pattern with them. All right, I'm gonna finish this up and show you guys the finished product so you haven't. All right, so here is my finished one. I actually started over because my first practice I didn't like that much. So here is my final drawing, and now I have to add in the color to all of it. So before you start coloring, you should have your entire page with just your worms without color. All right, and here is my final one with color. It did take a while, so I will say take a break, come back to it, do something else. But when I did take breaks and I came back to it, it was very relaxing for me to do. So I hope you have that experience too. If you start getting frustrated, take a break, do something else. All right, guys, I hope you have fun with this project this week. I'll talk to you next Monday.